Although aquariums may bring joy and excitement to visitors, this is not the case for the various marine species trapped in the tanks. I have made a 3D artwork to portray such a cultural yet international issue and raise awareness of a specific form of animal rights violation that most people tend to ignore for amusement. I have worked with clay to depict the individual's facial expression to be tangible for greater emphasis on the issue. Also, the neutral monotonous color of the clay seemed to be the most appropriate to generalize the marine species, as there is a wide range of species that are captivated in the small tanks of the aquarium for the selfish enjoyment and reality avoidant memories of humans. For example, from as big as orcas and to as small as a goldfish. This piece specifically depicts such unpleasantness from the perspective of the marine creatures through having a person too big for the house to be stuck in it, just like how the marine animals are trapped in such a small space. Such metaphoric and symbolic communication was used to emphasize the stance or the situation of the marine species stuck in the tanks. I have implied an understanding that not everyone tends to feel a sense of sympathy when it comes to the vulnerability of animals. Therefore, by having the primary subject of my work as a human being, I wanted to enhance the engagement from the audience. I specifically used the house as a space where the human is to be stuck in, to form an irony where a house is supposed to form a sense of comfort and safety. However, in this case, the house is instead giving a sense of discomfort and vulnerability. The windows of the house were built to give the audience a better understanding of how uncomfortable it must be inside the house. At the same time, such intention counteracts as the audience tends to feel uncomfortable themselves as they are having to peek inside the house to see what is going on. My intention behind getting the audience to peek through the window was to understand better how immoral it looks like when people observe the tortured captivation of marine species. The house was also made out of clay to develop the notion of commonality between individuals and their homes. This intensifies the theory of how the state of home could influence the state of individuals. In the case of aquariums, there have been multiple reported cases where dolphins would self-harm themselves due to the amount of stress driven by the poor and suffocating environment they are forced to live in. After all, this piece is directly related to the cultural issue that we humans have ignored for our selfish pursuit of entertainment. This issue is critical, especially as an individual who has been living on an island named Jeju, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site for over 10 years. Despite being named a World Heritage Site, shamefully, there have been multiple cases where aquariums will capture dolphins for what they call an experience for the tourists, while in fact, it was for the materialistic greed. As a result, as of 2009, 11 dolphins have died. This piece again raises the question if aquariums or zoos are ethical, and if not, what is the appropriate measure for humans and animals to interact? Thank you.
UNW, JG UNESCO Association, and the World Culture Economy newspaper.